Burns aren't real. Burns aren't real. Change my mind. Alex Jones said it. It's a fact. The Chinese brought these drones that look like birds to the United States so they can spy on us. Burns aren't real. Change my mind.
We need to go in. We need to go into the Capitol.
Probably the best evidence for lizard people that I've seen is the CEO of Pfizer. His throat literally like expands like it's like a frog. Might be reptilian. We're not sure.
Getting to the bottom of that just got a whole lot weirder.
I looked at you and said, repeat that. You said, I've got to get to the bottom of that. We have liftoff.
Check out what's coming up on today's episode.
Unless you're dumb.
So the new water tanks, they were hard to design, and one of the engineers almost gave up, but Dulles hit him over the head with a 40-pound wrench and tried to knock some sense into him. So that makes perfect sense. That's how you get things done. This is the 50s we're talking about. Stay with me, Jason. Okay, so this unintentional...
Byron, you gotta stop.
Listen.
This has to end.
Listen.
Now.
This is, I'm telling you how they killed the birds, man.
Can we pause for just one
Yeah, go ahead, go.
So he said,
What do you got?
he said before that they had 450-gallon water tanks in the plane of the bomb compartments.
Yes.
And these tanks were hard to design.
Right.
It was just a tank.
Yeah, they didn't know how to fit it in there. They had to design it to make it fit in the bomb compartment.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like a water, regular tank. They had to make it fit.
And so one of the engineers was like, "Man, I think I'm gonna give up." And the other one,
He hit him over the head with a wrench.
he said, "I'm gonna knock some sense into you."
And the other ones were like, well, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I know what to do now.
They had a mission to get done,
Okay, so the
might be
technology was extremely advanced for its time.
Byron, did you write this?
No, listen. This is no. This is real, dude. What are you talking about?
That's what you've been doing the last few weeks, is coming up with this elaborate story of birds. This is what you've been doing?
No.
Is this why you brought me here tonight?
You're like, you gotta come, bro.
This is your show.
Oh, man. I love it. It's very entertaining. Okay, keep on going.
Hey guys, real quick before we start the show, wanted to let you know kind of how we do things around here, how we do the podcast. If you've ever wanted to make a podcast, we use Spotify. Spotify's got a platform that lets you make a podcast really, really easy. And then they let you distribute it everywhere and even earn some money if you want a little change, cha-ching in your pocket. And they do it all in one place. And it's for free. That's the exciting part. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. Here's how it works. They let you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or your computer. And then they'll let you distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. And if you want to take your conversations to the next level, they have really cool features like Q&A and polls. And those are the things that really get people and your fans talking about things. So with Spotify for Podcasters, you can also earn money, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And the best of all, like I said, it's totally free with no catch. Ever since I've discovered it, I feel like the options of the Q&A and the video options and the polls has really let me take the creativity of my podcasting to another level. I highly recommend you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started today. Dice Man Enterprises exclusively presents a talk show that will get to the bottom of things once and for all. And now here's your host for Let's Get to the Bottom of That, three weirdos on a mic.
Hello, my conspiracy nuts. And you know who you are. This is Byron Dice, your host. Welcome into another episode of Let's Get to the Bottom of That. Probably the worst, best show on the internet, where each week I'm joined by Jason and Joey.
Hello.
We're going to cover a topic that has been left out in the public square, unintended, covered with questions from the official story. Today is episode 56. Birds aren't real.
What?
Now, that's a heavy topic right there. So, my critical free thinkers, get your tinfoil hats, sit back, and relax, and let's get to the bottom of that. What's up, guys? It's been a week.
Been 6, 7
It's
years.
been 7 years since we did the podcast.
Yeah.
That's been 92
You know what?
years.
I'm telling you right now. I was thinking about at some point, and I know Jason mentioned that you wanted to do a live stream at some point, but just to dip our feet in there, what if we did an Instagram live while we're doing the show?
A little Insta Live.
What's the difference between doing an Instagram live and then doing a real show live?
Yeah, there is
Well,
no
we would
difference.
be doing an I don't know.
Put you on the spot.
No, it would. Here's the difference: is doing a live show. I would be more conscious and hey, I'm talking to the camera, and I know there's an audience there. Like they would just be somebody sitting on a shelf somewhere looking at us do the show.
Why don't we just do that? Why don't we just do that as our live show? Like set up something. We don't have to look into the camera. We can just talk. A lot of
them do
a
that.
lot of them do that. Yeah, and we just chit chat.
So
talk
yeah,
about.
I guess the question is which platform should we go? YouTube Live, Instagram Live. How about all of them?
You know what?
I know there's an app out there called StreamYard, and you can stream to every platform at once.
Love it.
Mm,
Let's see which one takes us down.
let's do it.
That's the goal. Let's try to find out who will take us down first, and we're going
Let's
to say
put
the
money
most
on it.
offensive things.
Let's put money on it. I'm obviously YouTube
Obviously.
is gone.
Yeah, because the first out of the gate, I'm going to say, hey, COVID shots are real. I mean, are not real. Change my mind.
They're like boom.
Yeah, and you're done. Take
YouTube's
it down.
toast.
Oh, and by the way, Fauci's amazing.
Yeah. Then we're back up again.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. So the Die Glocker's doing really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, people are watching it, man.
I mean, it came out of the gate hot. Sunday, I was like, it was breaking records.
There's no way.
So
That's not true.
it is true. He's
That-
always the skeptic.
yeah, I know.
Oh, the Die
Isn't he?
Glocker?
Yeah, the Die Glocker is hitting it.
I mean, it's
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh my
That's
gosh.
Joey's favorite show.
yeah, dude.
No,
Something
I mean,
about
that's
the-
Jason's favorite show.
Something about the mushroom head just got me going.
Oh, no.
My
Man.
Wonder Waff? Oh, that's so funny.
Really?
Yeah,
and you
it's,
know
I'm
what?
telling you, out of the gate, it's surpassed. I mean, most of everything at the bottom. It's maybe the audience is bigger, and I'm not taking that into consideration.
Maybe. I don't know, but like that was brutal for me to even like
Yeah.
sit through.
Look,
I'm like,
I
maybe we
kinda-
should just cut it off right now, guys.
When Joey was like reading some of that scientific, I was glazing over. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I think I fell asleep.
It was that was tough to read, dude.
But there's got to be somebody out there that appreciated that.
Maybe. Well, you asked me to tell. You said, "Hey, look
Hey,
up
look
Zero."
up Zerum
And I'm like,
357.
I don't think this idiot
And you're
even
like,
knows
I'm
what he
pulling
asked.
some stuff out of my butt right now.
Oh yeah, I wrote that all down for my brain.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Use big words.
I mean, it was good. It was really good research on your part, Joey. Very good research.
Oh, very good.
I don't know. Maybe.
yeah. I mean, you had like a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I had some science.
Yeah,
in
he
there,
had some
dude.
science, dude.
On how Zerum 525.
I didn't know that thing, spun around like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's how the bell worked. You know.
Oh, I sent you that reel
Yeah.
of Israel, Jerusalem. I think that's the Die Glocker.
No,
Did you see that?
I did see that.
What?
You look like
What are
a
you talking
UFO.
about?
Yeah, it was a little flat saucer, flying right under some helicopters.
Oh no, it was
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
But it
if it was either fake or it was real. I don't know. How do you tell
It's
that
usually
stuff
the
on the
two
internet?
options you have in life. It's
How do
either
you-
fake or
We're
it's
all
real.
in a simulation, so anything's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Well-
I think that's crazy that it was it's getting so many views. Maybe people are listening and listening to it and they're like, man, listen to this guy. This is ridiculous. You want to check out this podcast? I don't know, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
Out of all of us, all of our episodes,
Well, it's not in the top 10 yet, but it is
tracking.
popped. It is popped. It is popping.
Yeah, it's doing all right. That's awesome.
you guys good. You guys did a good job.
Hey, you know what? I get shocked on some of these episodes that are above others.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Me too.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, Pete. It's kind
I
of
had no idea that the plane that disappeared would be
The top.
Yeah, I would like
Things that it's weird.
things that
what
make you go.
people, It's weird what people absorb as far as like content. It's like when you're making this stuff. The things that you'd swear like, oh, this was just. It just goes to show everyone's different, man.
Yeah.
Like you can't please everyone. Everyone's different. Everyone. is interested in different stuff and things that I'm like, dude, this is going to be awesome. I had so much fun researching this.
And they love your voice.
Yeah, sometimes.
Which is pretty amazing. Hey, today's episode is this one's for Jason.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of this episode, a year ago, a year ago, hey, shut that down right now.
Russian comms.
Jason said birds aren't real, changed my mind.
Right.
And that has stuck with me.
Alex Jones said.
And he believes it. And we're going to talk about it today. And I've got I didn't know this until I found out that there was an operation back in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's where this thing started.
Mm-hmm. They made fake birds.
Yes. And we're going to get into it. But first, we're going to go over the comment section of our listeners, because our listeners love the comments. Yeah. So this is, and usually because we record every 2 weeks, it's going to be an onslaught of, this is from 9/27 till today's date. And the username is, now I don't know why somebody would do this. His name is 126-494-1173.
Yeah.
It's probably his serial number. But he commented on the Spotify mobile app and the Bohemian Grove episode. He said, the host cannot actually read, and does not have a good understanding of what he's discussing. Can the other guy take over, or is this the actual base ruse / amusement technique of the show? Dreadful.
Yeah.
That's for Bohemian
It's
Grove.
dreadful.
It's not a ruse. We just flat out can't read.
Yeah, right. I flat out can't read. I don't have a good understanding of anything.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, matter of fact, I mean, after you hear today's show, you go like, this guy sucks.
This guy's a straight
What's
up
going
clown.
on?
Yeah.
Why did he buy a mic at all?
I don't know.
And who told him to publish these anyway?
And where is Mike?
I appreciate that. 126.
Who is Mike?
Yeah. When is Mike?
How is
Why?
Mike?
How? Okay, Mark from the Spotify mobile apps, the simulation theory. He said, my mind is blown. I'm finally able to wrap my head around God and creation like I've not been able to do in the past. By far, my favorite episode.
Sweet.
Thank you, Mark.
That's why we do this.
So
man.
it's a favorite episode. So we got one guy's his favorite episode. The other guy's like, that guy sucks. Get him off the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just never know.
You gotta take it.
But both are valid
But
opinions.
right. It is valid.
We
Because it is
appreciate
true. I can't read.
Yeah. I mean, that's the truth.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can the other guy take over? Sure. This is the Joe. Everybody loves Joey. Shaking my head. I don't SMA. That kind of threw me off. Shaking my head. That's Spotify mobile.
Yeah,
app.
yeah.
He said, I'm infuriated at the incompetence of these doctors. I'm ready to go slit some tires.
Yeah.
And throats. I mean, tires.
Wow.
Dang.
We're off YouTube. But that was for you, Joey. He was infuriated.
Thanks,
So
Mark.
that's Mark. Hey, Mark, that was 2.
I know.
So
Thank
his
you,
favorite
Mark.
episode, and then he's so Dale Forrester 777 on the anniversary show said the first down the rabbit hole was the shot.
I think he meant
The shite.
Yeah, the shite.
It was the shite.
Smells like shite.
wait, down the rabbit hole.
The question on this, the question was, what was your favorite episode on that anniversary show?
Yeah.
And he
First
said,
down the rabbit hole.
first down the rabbit hole. I was like, wow.
I'd have to go.
I was a shocker.
Okay.
Javen Garcia won. Not sure what that's about. Okay. On the anniversary show. Great show, guys.
It's
Go ahead.
Probably Javi Garcia
Oh, good one.
M1.
And a number, yeah. Great show, guys. Fire emoji. Shout me out and I'll send you $2.
Hey, we'll take it.
Okay.
Are we gonna shout him out, let's say?
Shout him out because that's Javier Garcia.
I would assume it's Javier Garcia M1. Yo, what's
shout
up?
out. Shout out to you.
Shout.
Appreciate that.
Let it
Money,
all out.
please.
$2. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'll take it. Listen, $2 is $2.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
You know
about.
what I'm saying?
It'll buy you a game
You know what's up.
at the at Rebel Retail. Leticia Padilla from the anniversary. Okay. See, I can't read.
Yeah, I'm just guessing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, do it. From the anniversary show, the body count of Clinton. Clinton body count is my favorite. So that was their favorite.
Okay.
Learning is perpetual.
It's true.
I like that name. From the anniversary show. You guys have inspired me to start a podcast. Love the show and the topics. and could listen all day and go more in depth. All the shows are great, but my favorite was the Secret Society series.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
Who are these people? Because I like them. All of them, even the ones with the
Yeah, even dude.
Because you know what?
Even dude.
Makes us better.
It does.
Right. I'm going to try to read better and
Read
try to
aloud.
figure out what I know. I'm done.
I can't read.
I can't. Okay. Ronald, I like that with a star. From the Mandela Effect, said that Tim and Moby was Mo and Tim. Like when I was little, I was honestly shocked when it was Tim and Moby and not Mo and Tim. I don't know what Mo and Tim is. Have you heard of this?
No, can't say I have.
So
But
Ronald he's remembering something that messed him up
Yeah.
at when he was little. He thought it was Mo and Tim, and all of a sudden it's Tim and Moby.
Mm.
So I'm glad with that episode we were able to get you back to your childhood and get you back to the dimension that you belong in, Earth 666.
Yeah.
Future CCT, the Illuminati. I can neither confirm nor deny that. I think the question on that show was, are you part of the Illuminati? So
Yeah.
future CCT, appreciate that that's the best answer.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
And he also did that.
Yeah, and the Freemasons. I wonder what the little symbol in the middle of the flag means. What
It
is that?
It was the Jewish flag.
Is
think
it?
Is what he.
No. He's talking about the Freemasons.
No, he did a flag emoji on the app.
Where?
You can see it.
Oh, really?
You can't see it on this, but yeah, it's a flag emoji.
So wait,
Huh.
what are you saying?
I'll show you. Hang
That's
on
a
one
good question.
All right.
I'll show
I
you.
didn't. Okay. See, I thought he meant the middle of the flag. He was talking about the
Which one was
the
that?
Freemasons flag.
The Freemasons.
Yeah, that was future CCT. So you're saying he put a little emoji of Israel's flag?
I'm gonna double check.
Maybe
this
that's
out.
that IL right there that I copied over.
Speaking of Israel, things are going
Oh.
down right now, man.
We should mention that because that's like current event.
I did. Just now.
Yeah, but I mean, like actually get in there.
Into
Like
Israel? I don't wanna go there.
Netanyahu. So what do you got there? So we're passing the phone around, looking at the. So he's asking about the emoji he's putting in his comment. Is that what you think?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
Mark,
know.
no, future CCT, let us know, because I'm not sure what the little symbol in the middle of the flag means either. Let me see.
Mm. The next comment is
Oh.
with love.
Well,
No,
I mean, if
who
that's
is
the
Mark?
flag you're talking about, future, that's the Star of David,
Yeah. Boom.
which, by the way, is not in the Bible. So
Nope.
throw that out there. David didn't have a star. Okay, Mark from the Nephilim. Byron, this was a good one. Just when I start thinking I found my favorite episode, I listen to another and find another new favorite. You guys are really onto something here.
Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Mark looks like he's doing some binging.
Yeah.
Chris on the Malaysian flight 370.
Malaysia.
Great episode. Amazing listen. Have you guys heard of the electrical equipment that had been patented that is worth millions to certain companies? There was only one survivor who was not on the plane.
Yes, I heard that.
Yes, we heard that. And we actually did a follow-up episode, not an episode, but we did an update a few episodes later, Chris, where we talked about Rockefeller. Was it Rockefeller or the what's the other guy that's like Rockefeller? One of those. Same
J.P. Morgan,
No, maybe
Eisenhower.
maybe it is Rockefeller. He had
Jay-Z.
a Beyonce. He had a patent on electrical stuff, or it was a computer chip or something. And there was 4 other Chinese guys on the plane.
I believe it.
They died and left, and he's the only sole heir that got the patent. So, yeah, we did mention that. With love, talking about the anniversary show. Well, how do porcupines do it? Think she's referring to the Stegosaurus
Yes.
Yeah.
talk that
Yeah.
we had.
Yeah. How did they do segs? I don't know.
Right. So, yeah, we were like, how do porcupines? That's a good question.
I don't know.
I mean, we could look it up. I mean, it's really easy. Just
You could probably just go to
Google
the channel, Disney Channel. Discovery. and why, and just type it in. Hey, okay, whatever.
Porcupine's doing it.
Turtle on the 9/11 episode said he was, and the question was on that episode was, do you remember where you were
when that happened. And he said he watched the second plane crash from his home.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that's pretty surreal there, Turtle.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, Matt, dang.
Yeah. I mean, all of us just,
Watched it on TV.
On
Oh,
TV.
but to be there,
and I mean, like, watch it? Dang, dude.
yeah.
You're that close? Whew. Anyway,
Yeah, it's crazy.
sorry, Turtle.
Yeah, sorry about that, but at least you've got a memory of that. You're closer to what anybody would say, firsthand witness. Mr. Reed from the Simulation Theory. I think you need to speak into the mic and not mumble so we can understand what you're talking about. I don't know who it was that was doing that, but it killed it for me.
It's probably me.
Man.
I mean, I mumble a lot, and I tend to talk weird.
I don't think so. I think it was definitely me.
No, you don't.
But we're getting better, We're
Yeah,
out here.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Joey's gotten better.
I gotten better. I got inner ear issues, bro. So sometimes I can hear my voice inside my head, and it throws me.
Do you
off.
hear it now?
Yeah, all the time.
I hear you in my head right now.
Well,
So
because I got the mic in my mouth.
Zombie.
But hey, you know what? That's all we can do is try to do a little bit better.
In your head. Zombie.
It's a great song.
our favorite commenter, Mosin Collin, Ohio, he commented on the anniversary show. Said Nephilim is hands down his favorite. Fart muncher. I know you chowed down on them. Now take the red pill.
It's true.
So
Oh, that's good
I'm
stuff.
still wait a minute.
Come on.
That reminds me. It's so good.
Yeah.
Tyler Hansen on the Nephilim episode. You guys are so close on so many things, but just missing the mark. Once you realize Earth is flat, you realize dinosaurs are a lie, space is fake, and Con Braun was brought over to start NASA and fake space.
I mean, it could be.
Tyler Hansen, you're onto it right there. That pretty much sums up our entire podcast.
Yeah.
What stuff is fake?
Yeah, everything's fake. Everything's a lie. We're in a simulation. So what's the point?
Dinosaurs aren't real.
What's the point
Yeah.
of anything?
Especially stegosauruses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the point of anything? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We're here now.
Now it's here.
And that does it for our comments. Thank you, everyone that commented and engaged. If you were listening to this segment and you would like to comment, just go to the Spotify mobile app. It's on your phone. I'm sure you have a phone.
I mean, if you didn't, I'd
If
be
you
glad
didn't,
because that
yeah.
means you're unplugged, and
Yeah.
you should stay that way.
And you're
Yeah.
off the grid.
And you're probably listening to this in some like a ham radio or something.
No, probably is just watching it or listening to it from like their neighbor's phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sneaking
through their
a peek.
neighbor's window
Yeah. taking a peek.
Right.
while they're up in the tree.
Because he didn't have a subscription.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into today's topic, which is birds aren't real. And the notes that I have are pretty extensive on this subject. So I'm going to, it's a lot of reading. So hopefully I can get through it because I can't read.
Yeah.
But at any time, everyone just stop. And if you have an occurrence of anything, an occurrence? Didn't even make sense.
Yeah.
If you have some type
An
of
opinion?
experience where you've had a bird that's not real, and just chime in and let's talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
Well, let's start off with this. I've never seen
Okay,
a
let's talk
bird
about it.
that isn't real.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think birds can be fake, just like anything can be fake. But most of the birds I've seen have been real. I used to
They
think
have been real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, but I've seen a lot of videos that
What about those glitchers?
yeah, I've seen a lot of videos with birds that are just stuck in the air,
No,
Just floating.
just floating.
yeah, they're just stopped. I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
You think that's a video editing or somebody actually?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because didn't somebody hit one with a broomstick and then it just started flapping and it went on its way?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's Chris Angel stuff.
Dude, birds are weird to begin with. I mean,
Yeah, look at how they walk.
not even that. Penguins?
I'll-
Freaking
Dude,
nuts.
ostrich?
Yeah,
Dude, look at their necks.
that's true. That's
A
true.
bird that runs, that's weird.
A chicken.
Yeah. A bird that swims, right? I mean, come on. Big bird?
Oh my gosh.
This-
Not the street.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. What are we talking about?
All right, what we're talking about is in 1947, the CIA was founded. Its sole responsibility was to watch and survey tens of thousands of Americans suspected of doing communist things. Now, we've had shows on here
Yeah.
where we talked about this. This orchestrated stalking epidemic, it went on for almost 5 years. Few were found guilty of any crime. So they were always looking for these people. Oh, you're a communist. So that was the big boogeyman back then,
Yeah.
back in the
That's what happened
50s.
with Oppenheimer.
Right.
Yeah.
You really loved that show, didn't
That was
you?
a great movie.
I still got to see that. I
It's
got to
such
see
a
if
good
it's on.
movie.
I got to see if I can download it tonight.
I mean, that was huge back in World War II, man.
Did they thought he was a commie?
Yeah. Well, he was like affiliated with communist. He wasn't affiliated with them, but his
He
brother,
handed pamphlets
Yeah.
out.
his brother was
Mm-hmm.
the girl that he loved. Anyway, I've already talked about that before, but continue on.
Wait, before you continue on.
No, yeah. It's
is off
freestyle, dude.
Yeah, this is
This
off
is a
subject.
freestyle show, kind of.
This is off subject.
What
but
do you got?
if you guys have Netflix,
I got it.
and if you haven't seen it, go watch Dune. It's on there.
The
Oh,
newest
yeah.
Dune
Yeah,
or the old one?
the new one.
The new one is on.
I-
Yeah,
So when is the number 2 dropping? Is
they
it
postponed it.
24?
they postponed it because
Oh,
COVID.
that's what I thought you were talking about. Is the new one. The movie Dune
No.
is awesome.
but they had an older
Yeah,
Dune.
no, the one with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
I didn't like that one.
dude,
The
are you
newest
serious?
That old one back in
Oh,
the 80s.
Okay.
I'm
This
about to
have
say.
you not seen
No,
the new?
this one, yes. Yes.
Okay, dude.
I liked it
But they
Dude.
postponed the second part because of the actor strikes.
because of COVID.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
because of actor
I was
strikes.
joking.
They.
Anything I want to see delayed is because of COVID.
I will say it stops very abruptly. You'll be like thinking there's going to be so much more, and then all of a sudden just
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. And that bath scene with that dude, he's in the bath. Oh my gosh!
yeah, dude.
I don't remember that. I have to
Sure
go
you
watch
do.
again.
I mean, it's like
Oh, yeah,
that big
that-
fat guy.
Yeah, isn't that Skarsgård?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Skarsgård.
I'm like, you don't. That's almost like Kingpin. You don't think he's going to do anything, then he crushes you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
How about this off topic?
We're going,
Off topic.
going too much off topic.
Miles Morales, the new one,
Yeah, I've seen.
dropped a cliffhanger, just like Doom.
Yeah, I know. I hated
Just
it.
boom, all of a sudden.
Stop
They're
it.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
should
hate it.
only do that on series.
I hate it when movies
Like
do
next
that.
week, I can pick this up.
Yeah.
Okay, where was I? Oh,
Yeah.
communism.
Yeah,
It became
commies.
clear in early 1950s there was a threat of communism. It was going to rise, and the broader system was needed to track any individual that was suspected of any kind of activity. Okay, so Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were wrongly arrested and convicted of espionage against the United States. They were accused of spying on behalf of the Soviet Union. Okay, it was highly publicized, and the government gave the government a small window to implement a new program that would place the first CCTV surveillance cameras in areas with a high Russian immigrant concentration. So they're going to spy on Americans that there's a neighborhood where there's Russians and they gather together. But, all cultures do that in the United States.
See what these little guys are up to.
But this is nothing new. I mean, they're doing that today. Of course, now it's widespread because of the Patriot Act.
Yeah. Now
No,
they can,
dude, yeah, come on, spy on us. We don't care.
Now
So-
they can just patch into our phone, dude.
Just right. Yeah, they're listening. So this went on for a few years. Or so when in 1953, Alan Dulles was made the first civilian director of the CIA. And he made it his mission to ramp up the surveillance program, hiding cameras in thousands of locations and ordering his staff to plant them in areas that would be impossible to detect. Although, let's face it, in the 1950s, you could walk into a bank with a slingshot and steal thousands of dollars.
I
Security
would
was a big
thrive.
joke back then.
I would thrive in that environment.
Oh, you?
Oh yeah,
How about in the Old West, too? Probably.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you just have to ride your horse over the hill, and they're like, "We can't find him."
The only
He's
thing
gone.
the only thing I'd be scared of is tuberculosis, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
about
true.
it.
That's true.
Silent.
He's
killer.
gone. The dust.
Every
blew
time I
in.
hear that, I ask somebody, is that contagious?
TB.
And they go, yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
That's so weird to me that that's contagious.
Yeah, highly contagious.
yeah, like COVID.
Yeah, you'll
right.
You'll go into like I've been in New York, but not since I was 10. But supposedly there's like an influx of homeless people that will have it, and then you'll walk by and they'll cough
TB?
on you.
Really?
Yeah, to try to give it to you.
Oh, Lord.
I haven't fact checked that, but
Okay. Is there a high?
supposedly.
Is there a high?
I just made that up.
Is there a high? Well, yeah, 80% of statistics are made up on the spot.
Yeah, there's like 90% of homeless people have TB, and they'll cough on you, and then you grow a third arm. Out of your leg.
And sometimes they'll bite you and give you rabies.
Then you're afraid of water, and
And
you're
you got to
really
get a
in
rabies
trouble.
shot.
Then all you
Is,
can do is eat farts to survive.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's stupid.
What was I going to say?
I don't know. We're finishing the birth.
Wait. I had a question about TV. Can you boost your immune to it, or are you done?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you might as well just end it at that point. You get TB.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know much about it,
Where
to be
was I? Oh, he knew it was a possibility for this camera program. He knew it was endless. And on April 15th, 1956, he met with President. See, I almost said president. See, there's that guy. He said I can't read. So, but I came back. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and he proposed a plan that would put cameras in the sky. Now, Dulles knew that the sky was the future for his surveillance program, as you could truly track someone with a moving camera much easier than having to switch cameras on the street, corners, and hidden in storm drains.
Yeah.
One camera in the sky could do work of hundreds on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay? So it makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
tracking with this guy. Okay. I see your logic. I see where you're going. Eisenhower approved the idea and asked him to return when he figured out how to make it possible. I bet you Eisenhower was like, this guy's crazy. I'm just going to tell him, yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Come back and see me when you figure that one out.
Formulate a plan and come back.
So he left the Oval Office immediately and he flew to an undisclosed location, meeting with various members of his inner circle. Wonder who those people were.
Yeah.
So he was discussing the plan in more intricate detail. Now, it's believed that the initial plan for killing all of the birds and replacing them with flying cameras was thought up in one weekend in May of 1956. That was the plan he discussed with his inner circle. We need to kill all the birds and replace them with drones. Or back then it was just called robots. Robot birds. So Dulles and his team hated birds with a passion. They hated birds. Why? Why do they hate birds?
I hate
don't
those
know.
dang birds.
On many occasions,
Did you see that pigeon over there? I hate it.
Like,
on many occasions they were calling. Somebody heard them calling flying slugs,
Well, I mean, they're not
This
too far off.
and they called them the scum of the skies.
This guy had a straight up vendetta.
Dude, he didn't care about surveillance. He just wanted to kill the birds.
Freaking dude hated birds.
He's a give me an effing reason.
He said they were the scum of the skies, as they would often poop on their cars in the parking lot of the CIA. So that's what did.
Yeah.
That's what tipped him right there.
He got nailed in the face.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm taking these birds down. I got Eisenhower's approval.
Dude, that could be
Okay.
such a funny comedy skit. Every day he walks out of his office, he's getting pelted.
Yeah, just pelted. Yeah, and you could do it from the bird's perspective.
Yeah.
Like they're actually
Yeah.
against him
Yeah.
and trying to take him down.
Yeah.
Maybe Eisenhower already implemented the bird idea before this happened,
Oh,
and it was a robot bird
that was
that was
harassing
that
him,
was harassing him.
and that's why he hated it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's funny.
I believe this was one of the driving forces that led Dulles not only to implement robots into the sky, but actually replace the birds in process. Now, they didn't need to kill all of the birds. and could have launched a quarter of the robot birds that they did. But the pigeons in D.C. at the time were absolutely ruthless.
They were just pooping all over everything.
You just mentioned about the pigeons, right?
I hate pigeons, to be
I
honest.
hate them too, man.
They would inevitably find their way onto the windshield of many men and women, all of whom grew not only to hate pigeons, but all birds.
Pigeons suck. Seagulls suck. You guys ever been to the ocean with a turkey sandwich?
No.
I've been with a ham sandwich, not a turkey.
It's an all-out war, dude. You're
Oh, dude, have you ever?
life.
Yeah, now I have. I know what you're talking about. I've thrown bread,
Yeah.
and once one gets around, there's a whole. It's over.
Yeah. I don't even know where they come from.
And they're like, I want more, give me more.
Yeah, they're like, mine.
What?
You never seen that?
Oh, you never seen Little Nemo?
Finding Nemo.
Oh.
Dude, you've got kids.
No,
Come
I've
on,
seen,
bro.
I've seen.
Finding Nemo. I said Little
Yeah,
Nemo.
the Disney liberal movie. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, what do you know about that?
What?
Why is it liberal?
You're saying Disney's liberal.
Oh, I thought you meant the show. There was some kind of hidden message in Finding Nemo.
There are always hidden messages.
There is. You
There
gotta look
probably
for
is.
'em.
You got to look for it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get you. I could probably find it. Let's see. Didn't he kill? Oh, they were eating very well. Okay, American morale was high. People were feeding them much more in public parks and on the streets. This in turn created huge amounts of pigeon feces that would inevitably. Oh, I already read this. Dude's right. I can't read. Where was I?
I don't know.
Birds aren't real.
Oh, in a stolen transcript from an ex-CIA deputy, she says, quote, yeah, the higher-ups were so annoyed that birds had been dropping fecal matter on their car windows that they vowed to wipe out every single flying feathered creature in North America.
Wow.
It's an all-out war. It is an
Birds.
all-out war.
Okay.
These birds are done.
All right. So in this meeting, they sought to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. They hate them like these birds. They sound like they really hate these birds.
Yeah.
It's like these birds could get you sick or something. That's ridiculous. No one's ever gotten sick by a bird.
Wait a minute. There's a bird flu.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall for this meeting,
Yeah.
just to see them formulating this plan.
So
wish
they
I
were
could've
like,
put a
they were
bird in
so they were like, hey, 2 birds, 1 stone. Remove all the birds. We're going to help surveillance. Plus, we're going to get rid of the fecal problem. Okay, so no more feces on our windows.
Yeah.
But also replacing these birds with billions of sophisticated robot look-alike capable of mimicking real birds in every way. Dulles and his team wanted to create the greatest surveillance system ever imagined with the capability of tracking someone on foot in a vehicle and even in their personal home. So that was the goal.
So
Get
yeah,
rid of bird poop and surveillance.
That's how he pitched it to his boss. Hey,
Yeah.
so this is what we're going to do. I hate the birds. We don't need the birds. We're going to use them.
The
as
birds have no
drones.
purpose.
They're pooping on everything. We got to put an end to it.
Right, but the one good thing that they do is they fly around. And if we could put a camera on their back,
Yeah.
we could watch everybody.
Or in their beak.
Yeah. Or just replace their eyes are actually cameras. We could, just watch everybody.
Like it's a live bird.
Yes, but the
Yeah.
camera lens is the eyeballs.
Or they just put those old robot contact lenses in the bird eye.
So the bird's actually alive.
Yeah. It's just
So it's
flying
almost
around.
like a bionic bird.
All they're going to see is it just looking.
It's a cyborg,
Yeah.
kind of. He's half biology and half cybernetics. Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, my
dude.
gosh.
Wow.
We're on to something there. My goodness.
Okay. So what we got here is wait.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm reading this from the third person of the dude that wrote this. So when I say I touched on him, I didn't touch on him.
So you're the dude playing the
I'm the
dude.
dude writing
disguised
this.
as another dude.
Playing-
I touched on him for a brief moment in the last chapter, but I want to dive into Alan Welch Dulles. So we were talking about Dulles. He's the one that went to Dude. He was the director of the CIA.
You don't know what dude you are.
I don't. Upon government writing the plan to slowly kill off all birds, it was his responsibility to make it a reality.
Yeah.
So he was given the task of relocating $65 billion of public health funds toward the forced extinction. And on May 6, 1957, he met with an unidentified man from the Boeing Airplane Company and ordered 120 B-52 bombers.
Just like that.
Just like that. Because when you're the CIA people, you know, they do stuff for you. Dulles knew that if his government was to go undetected, he had to keep these aircraft out of sight from the American public. He was under strict orders not to leave a trace of his actions, so he devised a plan to construct the aircraft in Nevada's Area 51. That was the B-52. This way, the citizens of Seattle, Washington, where Boeing was headquartered, wouldn't be able to claim that the bombers had been built there if the government was exposed.
Okay. I'm following.
So 23 men from within Boeing engineering department traveled to Area 51 in the back of an old school bus that they purchased from a salvage yard in, say that word, Mucalito, Washington.
Mucalito.
Anybody from Washington? I'm sorry.
Mucalito.
They were seen by a few individuals bringing couches and rugs onto the bus, and they also heard discussing, and quote, really cool playlist for the road trip. So,
Oh, is that a true story?
yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is all 100% factual. Yeah, I was in the New York Times. Man.
Clearly, the Boeing engineers didn't get the memo from Dulles about remaining undetected and actually painted Area 51 or bust on both sides of the bus. So whenever they'd stop for gas, they would they'd make camp and park, and they would sing songs and with titles such as I Left My Honey for Area 51 and Let's Kill All the Birds. And they attracted a lot of attention. And the locals of a town in Idaho claimed that the men would reveal intimate details about what they were doing. These guys need to be killed.
Yeah.
They're a liability. Clearly, they were complete idiots. While 22 of the men made it to Nevada, one man did not. His name was Neil Ford. He was the only engineer who lived to tell the story, as he was left in a Waffle House bathroom because others claimed he had to pee too many times and he was ruining the vibe of the road trip.
Bro, this is not true. No. First of all,
Please, I want it to be true.
It is true.
Hey, bro,
what are you talking about?
You're messing with my vibe,
No.
dude. Let's just leave him. Let's leave him.
Neil Ford.
Listen,
When did this take place? Supposedly.
This was let's go up here.
Is it the
53 to 61.
Bro, there's no way they're using the word vibe in the 50s.
Surely they used it.
Oh,
back
Oh
dude,
man,
that's-
you're killing my vibe. No.
then.
Yeah,
You're the
dude.
road trip vibe, dude.
You've never seen those old hippie things?
My
Good
dad used to
vibes?
say vibe.
Yeah, that. It's coming back.
Yeah.
But that's when it originated, brother.
Right.
Come
Look
on,
at he's checking
bro.
his watch. What are you
This
doing?
guy's like, I don't. This is your thing, Jason. You don't believe birds are real.
Wait a minute. This is absolutely real.
I
All
don't
right,
believe this guy's story.
Let's keep going here. Here's what
Listen,
happened here.
Have you guys ever been on a road trip?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, where someone just has to pee every 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, that's a problem.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
that's Neil Ford.
Neil Ford. I don't think that's a far fetch to say that this happened.
But I love how he was left in the Waffle House bathroom. Very specific.
Yeah.
To the Waffle House.
Oh, man.
Okay, so here's how we know Neil's legit. Okay. Neil spoke with one of the founding members of the Birds Aren't Real movement, because this is a real movement, shortly before his death in 1994. And he spoke about the way in which Dulles searched for the engineers who didn't have families. That way, they would be able to disappear from the map off the grid
Yeah.
when the project was complete and nobody would notice. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense right
So
there.
are we saying that all birds aren't real?
Just stay with us.
Okay.
Stay with us. We want to kill all birds so we can create the surveillance system. All right, so they made it to Area 51. So we got 22 people, engineers, that were tasked with designing a new version of the B-52. the B-52B. The B stands for bird.
Yeah, the bird.
Or Barack.
The bird 52.
I don't know why they put that right there. So
I thought it stood for.
I thought it stood for bomber.
Bomber.
I know the bomber's 52, but the B stands for bird. Or why? I don't know why they put Barack in there. Or is that Barrack? It was to be branded the new model of the B-52 that had a 450-gallon water tank in the place of the bomb compartments. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 450. They put a water tank in here. So the new water tanks, they were hard to design. And one of the engineers almost gave up, but Dulles hit him over the head with a 40-pound wrench and tried to knock some sense into him. So that makes perfect sense. That's how you get things done. This is the 50s we're talking about. Stay with me, Jason. Okay, so this unintentional...
Byron, you gotta stop.
Listen.
This has to end.
Listen.
Now.
I'm telling you how they killed the birds, man. So this unintentionally put the man in a coma, and which he never awoke from. So scared out of their mind, the 21 remaining engineers vowed, we're going to finish this airplane so we can get out of Area 51, okay? Well, this was a faulty dream, however, because none of the men were ever seen again.
Yeah.
We only know about this information because 12 pallets of classified documents were stolen from a warehouse by one of our birds aren't real patriots. We'll get to that later.
With the mic drop.
Okay. So once the water tanks were fitted into each bomber, there was a complex system of radar and tracking technology. It was installed on the nose of the aircraft.
Here, can we pause for just one
Yeah,
second?
go ahead, go.
So he said,
What do you got?
he said before that they had 450-gallon water tanks in the plane in the bomb compartments.
Yes.
These tanks were hard to design.
Right.
It was just a tank.
Yeah, they didn't know how to fit it in there. They had to design it to make it fit in the bomb compartment.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like a water, regular tank. They had to make it fit.
And so one of the engineers was like, "Man, I think I'm gonna give up." And the other one,
He hit him over the head with a wrench.
he said, "I'm gonna knock some sense into you."
And the other ones were like, well, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I know what to do now.
They had a mission to get done,
Okay. So the
This might be
technology was extremely advanced for its time.
Byron, did you write this?
No, listen. This
You wrote this.
no. This is real, dude. What are you talking about?
That's what you've been doing the last few weeks, is coming up with this elaborate story of birds. This is what you've been doing?
No.
Is this why you brought me here tonight?
You're like, you gotta come, bro.
This is your show.
Oh, man. I love it. It's very entertaining. Okay, keep on going.
So they installed this radar on the nose of the aircraft. It was very extremely advanced for its time. And it was used by the crew to track large flocks of birds from distances like 200 miles away.
Yeah.
Okay, once the radar was fitted, 5 coats of jet black matte paint were sprayed onto every surface of the airplane. Now, this was done to camouflage the aircraft against the night sky so it could go undetected.
Yeah.
So nobody could see it.
Cutting edge technology.
Yes. Not only the paint was used to hide the bombers, but each external strobe beacon landing light was removed from the plane. So you're going to just hear something. Maybe. Was that a wind? What was that? And then you got
Is that a
nothing.
plane?
Yeah.
Is it a bird?
Yeah. What is
Right.
that?
Not a single light emitted from the plane. And the Pratt & Whitney JT3D engines were fitted with noise reduction pads that enabled the aircraft to fly completely silent from altitudes of 3,000 feet.
Man. Wow.
Okay, so it took 2 years to build these 120 bombers. Once they finished, the Boeing engineers were told they were free to go home. However, they were intercepted 30 minutes into their trip back to Washington, put in the back of an armored troop transport vehicle. The men were sent to the front line in Vietnam. Which Dulles hoped would seal their fate.
Yeah.
Each of the engineers actually survived for 3 weeks in intense combat and was kidnapped by the Viet Cong, only after running out of ammunition.
Dude, this
And they
is
were not
ridiculous.
heard of again.
Read that last 2 seconds.
They were not heard of again.
Wait.
3 weeks of intense combat. They ran out of ammunition. And the Viet
They were
Cong,
kidnapped.
They were, I don't know, they could be POWs today.
Because they ran out of ammunition.
Right.
That was a knockout, drag-out fight.
Dude.
3 weeks straight.
They held their own. Plus, they were engineers.
They emptied their clips. They emptied every bit of ammunition they had.
And they were on the front line, too.
And beyond all of that fighting,
I wonder if they were thinking
taking,
about, I wish that plane was here that I just built.
Wow, this is all right. So now
So you may be wondering how the birds were actually killed.
Mm-hmm.
You're wondering that, right? What method was used for this mass murder of all birds? Well, that's a good question. The water tanks in the bombers were filled with a specially formulated bird poison that once consumed would give the bird a virus so he could pass it on to other birds. Okay. The poison was sprayed from an altitude of 8,000 feet. It would completely dissolve before it hit the ground, which meant that only birds would be affected by its terror. Not one single drop of the poison struck the bird's feathers, and the virus. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Once a single drop of this goes back to I can't read.
Yeah.
Once a single drop of the poison struck the bird's feathers, the virus would take hold through the fibers and make its way into the bloodstream. The virus would then affect the bone structure, and the total decomposition of the bird would take place within 24 hours.
Done. Birds completely gone.
On June 2nd, 1959, Operation Water the Country was born.
Oh, that's why you called it Operation Water the Country.
That's why
That's why you kept on
birds
sending that to me.
water the country. That's the operation where they killed all the birds.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why birds aren't real today, because they've all been replaced with robots.
Yeah.
Now, that was the secret code name to be given from 59 to 76. It was renamed to Operation Very Large Bird. You mentioned Big Bird earlier.
I did. No, I keep on going.
The
I
individual in charge of naming the program didn't want to get any copyright trouble with the popular PBS show Sesame Street by naming the project Operation Big Bird. So it was Operation Very Large Bird.
Very Large Bird.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Well, within the next 6 years, 15% of the bird population was wiped out.
Done.
During the first few years, bird prototypes were released by the 100 million. The term drone was not used at this time because nobody really knew what a drone was. So they're referred to as robot birds.
Mm-hmm.
So let it be known, just like everything that is horrible with this country, the CIA is originally the ones responsible for this atrocity. And the sitting president, JFK, had no idea this was taking place. And that's, if he did find out, that's probably why they killed him.
That's probably why. He probably wanted a bird. It's my bird.
The CIA did not intend for anyone but select departments to find out what was going on. Even the pilots of the bombers didn't even know that they were spraying and killing birds.
So they were just flying around.
Right. Just flying. What are y'all doing?
Like, where's our lights at? Why
Somebody said we got to spray these crops over here.
Why is our plane painted black?
Well,
where's our lights? What are we doing?
We don't want nobody to know what we're doing. What are you doing? We don't know.
We're just doing
The chief commanding officer of Water the Country told them that they were watering the grass of the entire country.
Oh, there we go.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Just keep flying,
Okay.
son. Just keep flying.
We're going to get every inch of grass in this country watered. If it kills us.
Just keep flying around, dropping that water down there, boy. Oh.
Okay, so we don't blame you for the sins of your superiors. While you did kill billions of helpless birds, you didn't know what you were doing. You were just following orders. But you do have to remain in hiding, join the movement, and together we can fight the government to stop this.
All right. There's more.
There's more. I don't know how much more I can take.
All right, I'll hop in. Let me read it.
Okay, go, Joey.
Okay, scroll up to where we were. We're getting to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
All right, is that at the top?
Yeah. I said it a few paragraphs ago.
As I said a few paragraphs ago, the president was unaware what was going on until the October 3rd, 1963, when a top CIA official was overheard speaking about the operation over a tapped phone.
Uh-oh.
Caught him. John F. Kennedy was the president at the time and had tapped the phone of Alvin B. Cleaver. He's the International Communications Director for the CIA. Kennedy believed that Cleaver was stealing his ham sandwich.
Dude, stop. Stop. To the folks listening.
From the White House and about to catch him speaking about it over the phone. Instead, he heard a highly sensitive conversation
See?
that Cleaver was having with Dulles. Cleaver said, "Yeah, Alan, I've stolen John's lunch again. Ha ha. He doesn't even know. I'm going to keep stealing it until he launches a full investigation.
Oh my gosh.
Then I'm going to plant a hidden camera and catch his reaction as I dump all the stolen sandwiches on his desk at one time. I'm going to call the new show, You've Been Cleavered." Dulles responded,
Wow.
"Haha, that's going to be funny. We'll have to play that clip at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. By the way, how's the bird slaughter going? How many birds have we killed so far? We've killed about 220 million so far. And the best thing is, robot birds we've released in their place have done such a good job that no one suspects a thing."
No one.
Nobody suspects
No
a
one.
thing.
Can you make me a
So
sandwich?
what satire website did you get this off of?
This ain't satire. This actually happened.
Yeah, dude. This is real, dude.
This is fantastic.
Check
Keep going, Joe.
check your sources, dude.
Oh, I love it.
At the end, I'm going to give you the website so you can check. Everybody can check the show notes.
Yeah, all this is trackable.
It's fact check.
Yeah, it's a CIA reports.
Yeah, it's declassified.
Yeah, declassified. Kennedy heard this conversation over the tap phone and immediately called both into the Oval Office.
You're in trouble.
He demanded to know what they were discussing. They confessed that was taking place in the American sky late at night and was appalled. He told them to stop the operation at once or he would fire them. They both explained to Kennedy why the birds needed to be exterminated and asked him if they could show Kennedy a prototype of one of the birds before he made any decisions on whether to end Operation Water the Country. So they basically pointed to their cars with all the poop all over it and said, "We got to stop."
And said, "Listen." Yeah.
On October 25th,
Hold
1963.
on. Let's put this in perspective. When was Kennedy assassinated?
Ooh.
I don't know. We should do an episode on that.
We have,
Oh,
but I
yes.
forgot already. I was trying to see at the timeline here when he was shown this prototype of the Turkey X500.
Was it 69?
This is why Kennedy was killed.
71? I don't know.
We thought it was because he was going to expose secret societies, but no, it's because he was shown the prototype of the Turkey X500.
They had to put him down.
Right.
We
can't let this out.
It says November 22nd, 1963.
Oh!
The next month?
See?
Wow.
Wow, dude. Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
You believe that?
I do.
Kennedy was shown a prototype of the Turkey X500, a robot that specialized in killing large birds like eagles and falcons.
Makes sense.
The robot displayed its surveillance skills as well as its ability to find and track escaped criminals. As we learned from Chapter 1, this was one of the things that drove Eisenhower to approve the project. Kennedy was impressed with what he was shown, but continued to demand the immediate shutdown of the operation. And less than a month later, he was dead.
See?
Now, I'm not saying that these events are correlated, but I am... Pause.
I'm not saying these events are correlated, but I am.
JFK was murdered by the CIA because he was against the mass murder of every feathered flying creature in the United States. He was to be the first and only president to stand against the murder of birds. From Lyndon B. Johnson to Donald Trump, and every president we've had since has turned a blind eye to the atrocities that began in 1959.
Unreal.
After Kennedy was killed, the CIA started rigging elections. They would only allow candidates who were anti-bird and pro-citizen surveillance to win the presidency.
See?
Now we're getting some validity up in this.
Start with the next.
You know what I'm saying?
Go to the next. Go to the next paragraph.
Hang on. Pause for dramatic effect.
Okay.
And then we're going to keep reading. By now, you must be shaking with fear. The thought of your government doing these things is too much for you to handle. Can it really be true? Could the government has killed billions of birds and replaced them with robots? Yes, they did. But don't feel alone. At any point during the reading of this book, you are free to email our counseling department, customer support at warrenjames.org, and we will walk you through the steps to mentally overcome this nightmare.
Yes.
I personally had to deal with this reality on my own decades ago. Now I'm giving you a service that I wish I'd been available to me at the time of this discovery.
This is
You're currently
fantastic.
experiencing episodes of excessive perspiration and muscle spasms because of what you've read. Do not read chapter 3.
Dude, what is going on?
In the first few chapters shocked you. Chapter 3
Is this
will
from a
bring
book?
you to your knees. Buckle up. The nightmares.
We've read about. We've been reading a book.
This is this is all real. This is all real.
I love how the engineers were sent to
wow.
with the Viet Cong.
I think we're good. Yeah. I think.
Wait. There's more.
No, I don't.
Hold on.
We got more.
Hold.
Hey. We got more to read.
I think we may be out of time.
How much? What are we at right now?
We're-
No, we
where
got
was
time.
that?
We got time.
We got time. Hold on.
We can keep reading.
There was a recording found.
I just.
There was a recording found. Because check that. This is going to make sense to you right here. On July 2nd, 1964, there was a secret meeting held in the Jefferson Building in Washington.
Sure.
Okay, the attendees were unknown. There was only there was evidence of 6-minute recording that was uncovered in the basement of an isolated storage warehouse by one of our patriots. Okay.
Okay. Keep reading.
So in the meeting, it was believed that members of the CIA in Operation Water the Country discussed the need for heavy amount of bauxite, an enormous clayey rock that is the chief commercial ore of aluminum.
Okay.
This bauxite is essential to the process of the robot construction, as aluminum would make up roughly every facet of its frame and internal structure. In the audio recording from the meeting, you can clearly hear one of the attendees say, quote, "We need a quick solution to this problem. The production team needs this material right now. Real birds have been disappearing for almost 2 years now. And if we don't start replacing them in mass quantities, people will start to notice. We need a solution within 30 days.
Bingo.
That's when the recording stopped. So the key point was bauxite. They need bauxite to construct these robot birds. Now, almost a month after the secret meeting, a North Vietnamese torpedo boat was accused of attacking a destroyer in where? The Gulf of Tonkin.
Oh my gosh.
Red flag.
Connecting the dots.
False flag, and it's believed that this incident was faked. The incident was an excuse for the United States to place a huge number of troops in Vietnam and engage with the North Vietnamese. I said that wrong, whatever. On a much more escalated platform. And the question is, why would you want to go there? Surely nobody believes into stop communism. Communism is a lie. Well, the nation of Vietnam contains the third largest reserves of what? Bauxite ore.
Oh my gosh.
On the entire planet. That's why we went into Vietnam, so we could get bauxite to build more robot birds.
Yeah, that's why we went and fought that war. And those scientists emptied every clip they
And the
had
engineers were there too, right?
to
They
get
sent
this.
them there to the bauxite. Yeah.
So do you think that the guy that wrote this?
You've got so much. Bro.
Do you
Hold on. Well, it's really good.
Okay, so do you really think? So you think this guy's he's dead? No, right? This guy that wrote this?
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
this guy's alive.
Oh, this guy's alive. Is
Oh,
he?
okay.
In,
They've started this movement called Birds Aren't
Right.
Real. Now, if you want to find out more, I've linked up the website. Birdsaren'treal.com.
has he been admitted yet?
No, he's done several interviews.
Really?
He's been on.
They
He's
let
been
him
on.
in front of a
He's been
camera.
on news media. Yeah, it's.
And he's not-
He's put billboards up all over
Yeah.
the birds. He's against the government, dude. Because
No,
these
but I
birds.
wonder if he's like doing this as like he's trolling people.
No, this is real.
I would.
But what if this is one big ruse? Like this is the ruse. Like him doing this. You know, like when you watched the last Dumb and Dumber and what's his name was in a wheelchair for like the last 10 years just as to prank
Wait, what? What was that? Who?
Yeah, he was doing a whole prank. It took him 10 years to do the prank.
Yeah, and he was in a wheelchair just for a joke, a funny joke.
Who was it?
What are the names?
Oh my
it's
gosh.
Dumb and Dumber.
Jim
Who
Carrey.
was that?
Jim Carrey and
Jeff Daniels.
yeah.
Jeff Daniels and Jim
But who
Carrey.
did the wheelchair?
Okay, Jim Carrey was in the wheelchair, and Jeff Daniels was
Was that a number 2?
that was it? Yeah, that was a number 2.
Okay, Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Jeff
he
Daniels.
Oh, this happened in the movie?
Yeah.
Not in real life.
Oh, really?
Okay, I thought Jim Carrey was trying to prove a point and stayed in a wheelchair. For 10
I mean,
years.
he would do it, and that'd be hilarious.
I wouldn't.
But
doubt
I
it.
mean, this guy's close.
Yeah, if you want to check out the resource for everything we've just read, which is factual documentation, you
Yeah.
can go to birdsaren'treal.com and join the movement there. What I want to do is I want to go ahead. There's a frequently asked question page on the website that probably people are asking. Like, what are eggs?
Yeah,
Y'all know what bird eggs are?
they're eggs.
You think
This
they're
dude,
eggs.
come on. This guy must be trolling.
Look, the government replaced the species with robotic replicas.
This guy is insane. Here's
What's bird poop? It was originally thought to be oil discharged from earlier bird drone models. After further research, it's been disproven.
this.
Bird poop irregularly falls on vehicles in large amounts.
Yeah.
And recent studies show that 87% of bird poop in populated areas fall on cars. Why is this? Confidential documents leaked in 2018 revealing that bird poop is actually forms of liquidated tracking apparatus. So if you walk outside and notice some bird poop that just happened to fall on your car, just be aware you're being tracked by the government.
Gotcha.
So the birds actually put an apparatus on your car with
Keep
poop.
your cars clean, people.
See what I'm saying?
It's getting crazy out
What,
here.
how do you explain bird guts? Well, this entire question is based off flawed understanding of what a robot is.
Mm-hmm.
With major technological advances only recently made in the 20th century, many think that a robot has to be only made of metallic machinery with gears and wires. But bird drones are not this. The government has access to futuristic technologies, making it possible to create a robot using parts indistinguishable from biological organism. So after all, the robots have to look and feel exactly like a bird would.
Yeah.
So
Man,
that's why.
This is fascinating because he spent so much time doing all of this.
Yeah, he really did.
You know what? One thing I can say
He
about
really
this
did.
gentleman, he does not lack conviction.
No.
And I applaud you, sir. I applaud you. Good job.
Yeah.
He's out here doing the Lord's work, man.
Well done.
Yeah, I mean, somebody has to be out here to uncover the
You
truth.
got us.
Somebody
You
has to
got
be out here to
us.
uncover the truth.
What do you mean, dude? You don't believe birds are real?
No,
You don't believe
we just spent an hour reading this dude's nonsense. That's how he got us.
What are you talking about?
That's how he got us.
Oh, man.
I love it though. We had fun, dude. I laughed. I think I laughed more on this episode than I've ever laughed. Dude, my stomach hurts because we laughed so much.
Look, if you go there, here's the guy right here. So you can already tell.
yeah,
You see something's
he's. Can you play that?
Yeah.
He's got a
You want to
billboard.
hear it?
I consider myself to be an average American. I wake up in the morning, wash my car, and I have an avid disbelief in avian beings.
Maybe you've seen the billboard near the Highland Strip or heard the story on Wednesdays Live at 9. A campaign called Birds Are Not Real brings its efforts to the Mid-South.
And this morning, we are joined by one of the messengers of the movement. Peter McIndoe is here to tell us how this all came about. We want to emphasize you were not the founder.
No, ma'am. We put the billboard here because we wanted to bring it to the biggest city in the world, the Paris of the West. So we brought it to Memphis, Tennessee.
From 1959 to 2001, the government mercilessly genocided over 12 billion birds and simultaneously replaced them with surveillance drones in disguise.
Sometimes I'll travel internationally, go to the Himalayas, just to breathe the drone-free air.
So this is really satire. I mean, you don't really believe that happened, correct? This is a satirical campaign to make the point that what? You're looking at me like, no, it's not satire. I really do believe this.
Dude, he's good.
Honestly, it's kind of offensive.
This guy is
We do not
good.
find this to be a humorous
It's
issue.
offensive that you thought this was
Serious. This is
satire.
life or death.
This movement came about in 1976, just to avoid any, liberal media hit job.
Since the billboard went
I
up
love
in
this guy.
Memphis, crime has actually dropped by 43%. We're expecting the key to the city at any time from the mayor.
There's been a reaction of supporters and loyal bird truthers coming out, saluting,
Bird truthers.
bowing. It's almost become like a sacred pilgrimage.
This billboard means more to me than my own life.
All right, Peter, we appreciate you being with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right.
BirdsAren'tReal.com.
I love this
Wow.
guy. Good for him, man.
Wow.
Good for him. Man.
Yeah.
Good for him. I love it. You know, I like this guy.
Yeah, dude. It ain't no joke. These birds
Dude,
out here
he
have been
I'm
replaced.
he
serious.
never broke
He
character.
didn't. He didn't.
That's-
I mean, and you're like, he was even like, I'm offended.
dude, he the best troll I have
It's
ever
the best.
seen.
I mean,
love it.
even this if you go back, if you guys go to the website BirdsAren'tReal.com, there's a CIA confessing to the bird drones, and he's interviewing this guy, and it's fantastic.
It's his grandpa. He paid his grandpa.
It's probably so, because it's the way the guy's acting. It's amazing.
Oh, I love it.
I find that offensive.
I find that offensive.
That was perfect.
There you go, man.
I love
Oh, there
that
you go.
episode.
Birds aren't real.
Actually, that might be my favorite episode.
BirdsAren'tReal.com.
I needed that. Thank you.
Birds.
Hey, that's what
yeah,
we're- that's what we're
and
here
it's all.
for,
It was
bro.
the only reason I found that is because of you.
Yeah.
The only
When you
reason
said
I
birds
said
aren't
it-
real changed
yeah,
my
the only
mind.
reason I said it is
The
because Alex
Chinese.
Jones said it.
Does
Well,
Alex
that's what you
Jones
said.
believe
Alex
the birds
Jones.
aren't real?
Of course.
He believes so many things. Some of them are right. Some of them are just wacky. Like, turn the frogs gay.
Yeah, turn on the frogs. Turn the frogs gay. Make sure you visit our website, bottomofthat.com. Check out our blog for all our show notes, resource material, and you can find us on social media like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you're listening on YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute, and you like these episodes, please do me a favor. Share, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you're listening on any other podcasting platform, make sure you turn on the notification bell and follow us so you never miss when we publish an episode. If you did not like this episode, which I don't see why you wouldn't because birds aren't real, I thank you for listening this long. And tune in next week when you might hear Jason say,
I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Name that movie. Name that movie.